let's get into this direct.
Aye. Direct time. Direct happened. There was no Zelda news. That's the important part. There was no Zelda news. I knew there wasn't going to be any Zelda news, but that's fine. No one else knew. I knew. I knew in my heart of hearts.
I mean, I didn't think too hard about it, but there was a lot of good shit in here, I think.
I thought it was a great direct. I give this direct an 8 out of 10.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
I think that if you are into niche Japanese RPGs from the 1990s, this was the direct for you. Like, there was a lot of that. A lot of that.
There was a lot of
Not just like one or two of that. It was like a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Which like I found delightful. But it also felt like there was a lot of like overall like very just like niche as fucking niche things seemingly coming out of fucking nowhere, like resurrecting. Like if you had said, hey Brian, is a sequel to Mario Strikers on your bingo card, I would have said no. Mario Strikers is dead as fucking dead. But like here comes a Nintendo with like a sequel to Mario Strikers that they've obviously sunk a ton of resources into. Like it looks impressive. Like
It does
I
look
was
good.
yeah, like I was really surprised at just like how much like weird stuff there was in this direct. Like I'm always whining and complaining about how I wish Nintendo was weird more often. And like fucking here comes the Kirby car, and it's just like, here's the Kirby car, Brian. This is Nintendo at like full weird. Like there was like so much. There was so much weird Nintendo, and then the stuff that wasn't even weird was still like satisfying. Like, hey, No Man's Sky is coming to this fucking platform.
I don't know if that's gonna work.
Yeah, I also don't know if that's gonna work.
You worried about the capabilities of the system straining into the pressure of No Man's Sky?
Yep.
To be fair,
Do we have?
so am I. But like, but there's a couple of things that give me hope.
Okay.
One, I kept on waiting for them to say cloud version, and then they never did.
I'm also worried about that, actually. Like, I get like, if it's at least a cloud version, then we know that like, I hate saying that, but knowing that people that like don't have like stable connections probably won't be able to play it, but then they wouldn't like sink money into it. But like, if it straight up just can't run on the Switch and people just buy into No Man's Sky, like that's a lot more people that are angry about losing their money.
Hello Games has a history as a developer before No Man's Sky, which I know is a weird thing to say.
Sure.
And like historically, their time before No Man's Sky was devoted to creating games that looked good on underpowered platforms. You know, like they historically supported like underpowered phones and underpowered PCs. Hello Games put a game on the Ouya. Okay.
Okay.
So like the core membership of like Hello Games, because like they have staffed up because of the success of No Man's Sky, which is still a weird sentence to say. But like the founding members of Hello Games are used to working with underpowered platforms. And the thing that we don't have transparency into, which I'm interested in, is how long they have been working on this Switch port.
Right.
Because if somebody had like a dry erase board and a year ago just said like port to Switch, ? Profit, then like we definitely have a problem. But if this is something that they've been working on for a while and something that like they engage Nintendo in third party support, because as we know, like it is entirely possible to get a lot out of the Switch if you're willing to like engage in like sorcery and forbidden magic. There are lots of Switch games that look very good, but it requires it requires like all kinds of like weird optimization and all kinds of like weird tricking tools, like which apparently they don't share with the Pokemon Company. But like if you look at stuff like Bowser's Fury, and other like first party Nintendo titles, like they look like they exceed the technical grasp of the device. So like I would like to know like when and how Nintendo was engaged in the process, how long they've been working on it, which folks at Hello Games are on the port. Like I'm still like Hawkeye in the rain with hope, man. Like I think it can work out. Like obviously they could fail to stick the landing, but I think that also Hello Games, more than most companies, knows what happens when you fuck a launch, because they had to deal with that for years. Like they had to carry the burden of fucking the launch of No Man's Sky until they no longer had to carry the burden of fucking the launch of No Man's Sky. Like they were digging themselves out of a hole for years before they were a company with a good reputation again. So
I mean, yeah.
I want to see them throw that away on some shit Switch port.
I mean, unless they decide that No Man's Sky is going to be around for the next 15 years and they just like eat it like they did the first time.
Like something I also find interesting about it is like the Switch is a 5-year-old device now, right? And No Man's Sky is obviously designed to be a game with a long tail.
Right.
Like when you sell a copy of No Man's Sky to somebody, you expect them to be playing it for a long time because of the content that keeps on getting added to the game. So what I'm curious about with No Man's Sky for the Switch is that like this seems to be like one of two statements by Hello Games on where the Switch is in its life cycle. That either A, that Hello Games is convinced that the Switch will continue to be like the primary Nintendo console for long enough that it's meaningful to sell people copies of No Man's Sky 5 years into the life cycle of this console, or that two, whatever the next console is for Nintendo, it will be compatible with Switch games.
I mean, both of those seem like safe bets, honestly, especially with this Strikers announcement.
Yeah, there was. That's another thing which I guess is worth calling out is like this. There were things about this Direct that felt like Nintendo was saying the Switch has a very long tail. But I have also derailed Tegan's presentation.
It's not my presentation, it's for all of us to discuss.
Yeah.
So you're fine. There's no derailing because it's not any one topic.
Okay.
I just was here to start it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a lot of stuff in this presentation that, like, in this Direct that, like, really made me tingle and really made me think.
We
have
to talk about the best thing that they released in this Direct. We have to talk about the best thing that they released in this Direct. And we all know what it is.
Do we though?
We all know what it is. We do. We really
know?
do. We do.
For doubting face.
We really do. It's the Nintendo Switch Sports.
I mean, they are going to let people with furries have rights, and that's kind of amazing, but...
Matt's going to come kick our ass again. I can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
What's funny is Nintendo Switch Sports ties directly into one of the news stories that we're covering this week. which is that for the last 4 years, when fucking Tommy Tallarico has been cosplaying as a fucking video game company CEO, like the entire premise of his company has been Nintendo has abandoned casual gamers. They no longer make casual sports games. Nintendo's God is dead. Their console is now for child pornography and rape. Like, actual thing he said.
Yeah.
And it's like, lol, Tallarico, they literally just announced a successor to Wii Sports. Get fucked, eat shit. Like,
And die.
it's amazing. It's fucking amazing. Like, it's a thing that nobody had on their bingo card. I fell out my fucking chair. I was like, actual sequel to Wii Sports. Holy shit. Holy shit. Also, rip in peace, Mii's.
You can play as the Mii's, though. You can bring in your Mii. You can do it.
I think the beef is that like we're not all forced to be Mii's now. We're free.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that I noticed. I
Mhm.
don't know how many other people made the same connection, but the way that these little guys in the new sports game are modeled, they remind me of your Xbox avatar.
That they do.
They sure do.
They really do. And I know
Um,
we've talked a couple times on the show about whether or not like the Xbox Game Pass is going to become quote unquote coming to Switch.
Like I just feel like especially with like the acquisitions that have been going on, like there's just like a lot less stuff that like people have considered like as like proprietary to like their brand identities are just like up for grabs. And like I think that's fine. Especially in this case.
So something I'm curious about these like enhanced character renos in Switch Sports is that like when hackers got inside of the Switch for the first time and started like looking around underneath the hood and the stuff that's part of like the Switch's operating system, one of the things that they found is that like the Switch has this stuff in it for like enhanced Mii's. Like there's like there's a more sophisticated Mii in like Mii stuff inside of the Switch. Like I don't know how like I think we've talked about this a little bit on the show, but not much. And that like that it was a tool that Nintendo has used some and like it is used in places that like people find surprising. For example, the character models for all of the humanoid characters in Breath of the Wild are Mii's. Did we talk about that?
Yes.
We did.
Okay.
We did when Breath of the Wild came out.
And like, people are you fucking kidding me? Like, Link's a Mii? And like, it kind of like, it surprised people that there was like this like underlying tool set being used. So like, I am very curious about whether or not these things use that same tool set and whether they're Mii's.
I mean, we'll get to find out in April, which is
Yes,
kind
we
of
will.
exciting. And
Yeah.
also, like, maybe even sooner if like that information can be discerned from the online playtest that's coming up on the 18th.
Yes, we will be able to find that out from that playtest.
Are we all gonna play it? That's this upcoming weekend.
This weekend? No, I can't. I'm busy.
Rude.
Mm.
I also busy though. I'm busy because it's Horizon Zero Dawn time. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, well, I'm busy because Aaliyah's coming into town, so
Oh, that's valid. You know what? You can play it together.
There was I have a
Are you
I have
really
weird
a couple if you don't share Mii's on your system though?
Oh, Teen, don't do this. Don't do this to me, please. Brian,
This
you were
reminds me
saying.
of a thing that happened that I feel the need to share here. Is that like Rocky reached out to me on Twitter and he's like, Brian, I need date locations for Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah. And like, this is one of those things where I think what Rocky, all Rocky needed was like for me to like just come back with like a list of like 3 places and just like, location A, location B, location C. But I instead I kind of like came back at it like that character Stefan on SNL. Like,
I don't know.
Phoenix's hottest location is, dump truck.
No, okay. No. Brian's not giving himself credit. He doesn't do that enough. But I was so last week. Was it last week? Okay. My friends Jesus and Raven got married. Shout outs to them. And the day before the wedding, no, the Monday before the wedding, so it was like 2 days before. A bunch of people, Jesus and Raven's friends, the squad, came into town to be here for the wedding. And I was talking to my friend Moy there, and Moy was telling me that some of our friends who had come in from Phoenix, he was going to go back to Phoenix with them, that like after the wedding that Thursday, to meet with this girl for the first time. And he was like, yeah, but I don't like normally like when I have dates here, like I have spots, like I'm prepared or whatever. And I'm like, I'm kind of be like flying like without a map, like out there. And I'm like, you know what, Moy, I'm going to fix this for you. Okay. I know my man, Brian, he's got like, he knows the entire like Phoenix foodie scene. I'm going to hit him up. I'm going to get some recommendations for you. So then like, honestly, admittedly about half drunk, I messaged Brian, I need some date spots for Phoenix, asking for a friend. And then Brian hits me with this like essay with like, secret passwords and like specialty like places out in Phoenix. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. And I didn't even feel like actually retyping it. I just copy pasted it to Moy. It's like, hey, yo, Cartwright got back to me after like 10 minutes. Here you go.
No.
And he was super excited. They had a great time. So thank you, Brian, for doing that.
Very cool. I'm glad they had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if they went to Sanctum?
I didn't ask for details, but
okay.
I know that he utilized some of the recommendations on the list, and it led to a good date.
Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. Love to hear it.
Mm-hmm. How did we get here? I can't remember.
How did we get here? We were talking about Mies, and I asked if Aaliyah was really your significant other, if her me wasn't on your system.
That's right. Again, Tegan, please don't do this to me. Right, Brian was remembering something
which
else.
was like dates and people being in the same city and things like that.
Yeah.
Which is how my brain got there. Then now we know.
Yeah, we're caught up.
You're
Welcome to our
welcome.
coverage of the Nintendo Direct.
I'm so happy I helped everybody else.
Okay, so Mario Strikers, right? Mario Strikers Battle League is, in fact, a sequel to the albeit ultimately successful Mario Strikers soccer simulator game. But I am interested because people are mad at FIFA, and for like the first time ever, eSoccer has fucked up. And I think this might be Mario Strikers or Nintendo's attempt to both enter like the soccer simulation market, but also like the MOBA market, because they're creating a 5v5 online play system in addition to like the standard Strikers gameplay. Like, I actually think this is a big move that they're going to quietly try to scoop up like, dissidents from like the current like soccer MOBA meta, and they may end up with an ultimately successful game. I mean, it worked for fucking not Pokken, but the Pokemon MOBA game, Pokemon Unite. Mm-hmm. Like, Pokemon Unite makes money hand over fist because people are mad at Heroes of the Storm and League of Legends and Dota. And so, like, they're like, you know what? I just want to play something simpler with Pokemon. And then they do. And then people who have always been afraid of entering those ecosystems jump into Pokemon Unite, and now they're lifetime consumers. And I think something similar might happen with Strikers. I don't know if it's going to be any of us, but I'm almost certain you're going to know somebody who decides, yeah, I play Mario Strikers all the time. Like, it's one of my favorite video games.
So, Tegan, I think you were building towards something that you were saying was the biggest. Like when you said, we all know what the biggest.
Yeah, the biggest one is the Wii Sports game.
Yeah, she says it's Nintendo Switch Sports.
Okay.
It's Nintendo Switch Sports. That's what I said.
And then we derailed.
What are we talking about?
But I'm not wrong. It's the biggest game. It's going to sell 1 billion copies. It's gonna sell 10 billion copies, and 900,000 of them are gonna be to fucking nursing homes. God, I can't wait.
Let's go.
I can't wait to call my grandmother and say, hey, guess what, Grandma? There's a new Wii bowling game coming out. Shit!
I'm going to do it. All right. If you are new to this show, please understand I am now not being mean. There is canonical context for the bit I am about to do.
Yes.
So please do not direct angry letters to me. All right? I am so glad that Tegan's grandma now has something to live for.
Right, honestly.
Oh God! If you've never heard the show before, you probably just think I'm incredibly cruel. But
You definitely
If
had
you
that.
haven't heard the show before, you'll remember my grandma has had conversations with me about how living sucks when you're 95 or whatever.
It's like, but Grandma, new Wii bowling though.
You be bowling, Grandma. You're gonna get to go bowling again. I'll get my second Switch and I will take it up to her apartment and fucking plug it into her goddamn awful TV.
Okay, but Tegan,
so
hear
she
me
can
out.
have Wii bowling. Yeah.
After you get your mom or your grandma re-indoctrinated to the world of Nintendo sports games, you gotta teach her how to play Splatoon.
Oh my god. I gotta teach her how to play Splatoon.
Let's go, Teeks. It's time.
We're gonna teach Brian how to play Splatoon.
That's our format. It's gonna
Brian's
be me,
gonna play-
Tegan, Brian, and Tegan's grandma. We're gonna
gonna-
take the world by storm.
Right, we're gonna do Splatoon Saturdays, and we're gonna have Salmon Run too.
It's
The
true.
New Salmon Run. Okay, I know. Here's the thing. A lot of people I saw were shitting on the graphics for Salmon Run, but here's the thing. Number one, they said the graphics aren't final. Number two, the graphics in Splatoon 2 look better than that, so I'm completely convinced that they're not actually final. And number three, they tried to do like a weird Call of Duty style trailer for fucking Salmon Run.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of that. Please don't do that again.
okay. All right. Again, I guess I'm the weirdo because I fucking loved it. I was like, lol, cods are fish.
I saw people shitting on it online. I'm not saying I was shitting on it. I know, like, they don't know what they're doing. But, like, there were people going, like, this is what Splatoon's gonna look like. It's gonna look like garbage. And I'm like, no. Did you not see the big footage not final at the bottom of the screen? Are you blind?
I think it's gonna look fine.
I think it'll look just as good as Splatoon 2 does. I'm sure.
What I was hoping for was like, you know, when they had that trailer, which was like very, very strongly COD, and I think that's a great way of describing it. Like my first thought was like, lol, COD's a fish. That totally works. Then I had this thought, which was like, oh my god, I would love to see like Splatoon cross Call of Duty, like just some kind of game where it's like full-size regular human fucking characters which are modeled realistically besides Squid Kids. And just like, and I was just like, please give us that nightmare one day. Oh my god, like Splatoon cross Call of Duty would sell 1 billion copies. Like they would have to like make whole new factories to support the demand for that game. And the other thing I thought was what I really wanted from that trailer to do was to give me a Squid Kid version of All Along the Watchtower play.
Okay, so Brian, I have excellent news for you. We could easily do Squid Kid Call of Duty because the Turf Wars are based on an actual war for land that happened in the Splatoon universe.
That is true.
I am not making that up. We could have actual war in Splatoon.
And they can even call it COD of Duty.
They could call it COD of Duty. Absolutely.
Oh, like give us a creature that gives missions in like a town square who's a COD. Give us a fucking COD giving out missions. Like, I want that. Please, Nintendo and Microsoft, or I guess Activision now, but Nintendo and Microsoft 18 months from now, give us COD of Duty. Give us a Splatoon cross COD. Make all the money. Clean up. And like, what's even more hilarious is it would like leave just like Sony just sitting there going like, Well, fine, fuck it. I guess I've got Bungie. There's no Destiny in it. Fuck you.
I would like
Don't.
the missile to come back. Please give me the missile. Give me the missile. God, anyway, it'll be fun. I want to do an ink strike.
Oh my god.
Oh my fuck. I love Splatoon so much. I can't wait.
Also, Tegan, how dare you? How dare you not tell me that they're doing a Chrono Cross remaster on Switch and neglect to mention that there was a new Triangle Strategy demo out that day?
I didn't want to spoil your fun.
I asked you for the news. I hadn't watched it, Tegan. I asked you to tell me what happened.
I know, I did tell you. As much as I had seen at the time that I was telling you about it.
Yes, Brian?
I was I the only one who actually watched the Direct live this time?
Yes.
He's like,
I was at work. Remember? I was at hell work.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Tegan. I was at work too, and I was like, I'm going to put work aside for 40 minutes.
Yeah, and I was like in the middle of a 12-hour meeting, and it was garbage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to be able to watch it live. I'm suffering. And that was all I said about it. And then I put my phone down and cried.
There was a moment during the Direct where I messaged our group chat, and I just typed it in. I'm like, this is the weird kid Direct. Like this Direct is for weird kids.
Right.
And I had that feeling because this was the Direct where they're like, hey everybody, really nice looking Chrono Cross remaster, which would be the weirdest news out of this Direct, except for the fact, please check out this Front Mission remaster. Like,
yeah, the Front Mission remakes actually look really good.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, like I did not have Chrono Cross remaster or Front Mission remake on my bingo card, but like the thing is that like both those aren't even the weirdest news because then they're like, Live a Live is now being localized. It has never been localized before.
Right.
Like I'm like, what the fuck? Look at all these like niche 90s RPGs, like. And also, Earthbound is now on the service. Like, just
it's just there now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there now. As well as Earthbound Beginnings. Like, please give up on hope for Mother 3 at this point. Like, it's obvious that at some point there was an internal meeting. Somebody had a graph, and said, "This is how angry people will be if we put out Mother 3. It's not worth it."
Why would they be angry about Mother
3? There's a lot of belief that that the Magypsies will be interpreted as transphobic, and I'm not.
As soon as
sure.
you said that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I see why people would be mad.
And the thing is, it's also one of those things where I can see internet reactionaries doing that as a bad faith attack, kind of like the way people were out there trying to get James Gunn fired. Because if you spend any kind of time playing Mother 3, you realize that calling the Magypsies transphobic is entirely bad faith. There's no way you can come to that conclusion if you actually play the fucking game. I went to one of the panels I really enjoyed going to when I went to a convention which was entirely about Mother 3, and that's all it was, a Mother 3 convention. When I went to a Mother 3 convention, one of the panels I went to was a panel on Mother 3 and gender identity. And the panel was entirely consistent of people who had trans identities and they talked about how Mother 3 helped them understand their gender identities more clearly, and how they became more comfortable with themselves as a result of Mother 3. And I can also understand, like, because Nintendo is historically a company which is like very, very risk averse, being like, if we localize this game now, it will blow up in our face like a pipe bomb. So I think that people just also, like, Mother 3 is like incredibly anti-capitalist and like basically says like, dismantle all systems, destroy money, fuck everything. Like, be gay, do crimes. Like, Mother 3 is one of the most be gay, do crimes games of all time, and just, you know, like, more than anything, it is the true, like, spiritual, like, foreparent of Undertale. Like, even more than like Earthbound is. So, like, I guess what I'll just say at this point is, like, fuck it, people, just go play the fan translation. You know, like, it's a really good, like, fan translation. The guy who did the fan translation, you know, Tomato has worked professionally in game localization for years, right? You know, like, has done game localization for, like, has done game localization for Nintendo. Like, so if you want to see what is, like, without a doubt, like, the best translation, just go play fucking Tomato's translation. It's fine. It's fucking fine. If you want to feel good about it, I guess you could go buy a used copy of the GBA game from Japan and then just, like, mount the patch using something like an Analog Pocket. So that way you're just, like, patching the game. Like, but it's fine. It's fine. Just fucking don't wait. Just play the game. Christ. I thought the Mario Kart news was huge.
I don't feel great about it.
Okay. I would love to hear why you don't feel great about it, and maybe the reason you don't feel great about it is the reason I think it's very interesting.
Sure. So it's not new Mario Kart. They're adding DLC tracks, which is more Mario Kart. Right. And again, there isn't anything wrong with Mario Kart 8, or I guess at this point Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But, like, there's been very little that's been wrong about Mario Kart. And I get that they want to continue selling it on Switches. They don't want to alienate the, 38 million people that have Mario Kart already. Which is a solid business choice. And it looks like they're transitioning to treating it more like a game as service thing, which I think while I don't love the model as a whole, I do feel like that more games should embrace that format because that's what they're doing anyways. But I would like something new from Mario Kart, I think. And the people that are already playing, that are continuing to play, is cool. Like, I'm happy for them. I've had Mario Kart basically the entire time I've had my Switch. I've maybe played it 5 times. And I don't have a good reason to go back. And 48 new tracks doesn't really seem like a worthwhile investment for me in terms of my time, considering all the other cool shit that's going on in video games.
So I wanted to go and run down, like, current sales totals for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has 43.35 million installed copies.
For sure.
It is the most attached game on the Switch. Yes. The thing that I thought was interesting about this is that I thought that, like, what it represented is Nintendo essentially making a statement about the longevity of the platform. That, like, Nintendo is saying, like, hey, the Switch is the platform du jour, essentially for at least as long as this is out. Like, that this cycle is in play. And when they're like, hey, it's 48 new tracks, which will be coming, like, throughout 2022 and 2023, I thought that, like, tying these to the online expansion. Like you'd be like, hey, if you get our Shitty Online Plus, you get this for free as part of Shitty Online Plus. Because as of right now, like what Shitty Online Plus has been like Nintendo 64, Genesis games, and the Animal Crossing expansion. And so it's been like it's kind of like the value proposition for that Shitty Online Plus has felt very static. And so this kind of like pointed out that they understand that they need to do more with that if they're going to expect people to shell out for it. And so I was like, oh, okay. So there's actually quite a few people out there who bought Shitty Online Plus in order to access the Animal Crossing content. And there's also people who like shelled out because they specifically wanted the N64 stuff and then proceeded to be disappointed by it. So like now there's a lot of people who are finding out that they're not going to have to spend money on this, which is probably gotta feel satisfying to some folks. Like if they're going like, oh wow, new Mario Kart quizzes. Oh gosh, I wonder how much it's going to cost. I guess I don't have to spend money on it. Is probably like a good feeling to viewers of the Direct. Like this seemed to say like things like the Switch is the lead platform for at least 2 more years, and we are committed to providing additional value to our online propositions. And like those rumors persisted online about like Mario Kart 9 and Mario Kart 9 having a track designer in it. And there is that like cryptic statement from Nintendo about how like the next Mario Kart game was going to do something with Mario Kart that has never been done before. And you're like, well, what could that be? Like, what has Mario Kart not done? Like, you know, and the two leading ideas were the ability to get off the cart for some reason altogether or make tracks. And then like this made me think that like they're not going to give us a track maker anytime soon, because a track maker will like lessen interest in, you know, in buying tracks, because if I can just go online and play good tracks people have made, you know, with any kind of like reasonable discovery mechanism, then like will that, you know, like to Nintendo's mind, that will lessen my interest in buying tracks from them. You know, so like, yeah. So like maybe I found it interesting because of what it represented from like a business perspective, that this is like, this seemed to make some statements about the Switch and make some statements about their online service. Mm-hmm. There was like one particular track that they invoked. I can't remember what the name was of the track. They're like, we're bringing this track back. Was it like?
Is it Coconut Mall? Are you talking about?
Yeah,
Coconut
that's
Mall?
the one. Yes, that's the one.
I mean, Coconut Mall slaps. So, and there was a lot of like really neat discovery when people were trying to like really max out the time trial on that, or optimize the time trial on that.
Okay, thanks for reminding me of the name of the track. I thought the thing that was funny was like there were a whole bunch of accounts that hadn't like tweeted in years. Like people awakened their slumbering Twitter accounts
to yell Coconut Mall into the void.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them. I'm sure Jack will be super happy about it.
But it was also seemed to be kind of like evidence that like Nintendo does have data, Nintendo does listen. It's just that like when Nintendo hears you and then decides that there's a business reason to not do what you want, they're never going to say it, because like they just want you to hope forever, because hoping forever is less dangerous for them than explaining why they won't do it. Like, you get your Coconut Mall, but you're not going to get Mother 3.
Wait, no, hold on. Oh, fuck, there's a word for this. Why can't I find out what the word is?
All these weeks of playing Wordle and you don't know what the word is.
They limit me to 5-letter words. It's ruining my vocabulary. But like, fucking, there's like, it's not a tease. That's not the phrase. But like, Brian's beef with like Nintendo's messaging is like the one girl that constantly gives you hope without any actual interest. But I don't.
Leading them on?
The Mon? M-O-N?
No, leading them on.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a phrase. I think that fits. Yeah, like, Brian feels like he's always being led on by Nintendo, and that's why he hates their messaging. That makes a lot more sense.
Well, because if they just outright say no, we're never going to give you Mother 3, you know, then people will move on with their lives, and it is more advantageous for Nintendo to have some fucking nerds who tune in every time and be like, "I'm here for Mother 3, maybe." Like, that's why I'm here today.
Yeah, same thing with Silksong.
Yep, exactly. Like all those fucking people. It's gotten to be that too with Silksong, Rocky. Like, it's like at this point, whenever Nintendo announces a direct, the day before the direct, Silksong will trend on Twitter.
Yeah, but I feel like I understand it's because like Team Cherry and Nintendo aren't showing up and saying, "Hey, Silksong's not going to be ready until this time. We'll have an announcement then." It's because they're getting no information, and they're so desperate for any information at all that they always show up. And, like, I agree that issue could be mitigated by Nintendo/Team Cherry saying, "Hey, we're definitely working on the game," or "Hey, it's been shelved," or "Hey, it's been canceled," or "We'll talk about it at X date," and then all those numbers go down, which are things that Nintendo doesn't want specifically. And I guess maybe Team Cherry as well, but, like, I'm not sure Team Cherry/Nintendo is doing that to these people. And that's the thing that like has always confused me about it. But I do understand what they're doing by not doing the other thing. That makes sense to me now.
And obviously you wouldn't put the fuck off in a direct. Although I would love to see Nintendo put together a very special fuck off direct. Like, hello, thanks for joining us today. We're going to talk for the next 30 minutes about things that we will never talk about again.
Jesus. Okay, so they wouldn't do that. It would just be like, Team Cherry, "Hey, we had a meeting with Nintendo, and we're definitely working on it. We really love the excitement for the game, and we will have an announcement for you in August of 2024. And then that's what they would say. And they would get the exact same blowback, but that would be the messaging. And then people would just show up in August of 2024, and either they fucked up or they didn't. But that's different from having them show up every time they announce a direct.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Team Cherry, for that exciting announcement of telling people to fuck off until August of 2024.
Woo!
Next up, we'd like to tell you about the future of the Eternal Darkness franchise. There is none.
Right.
Oh, that reminds me. I've been meaning to ask you this. Horgan. Excuse me. I'm stupid. My mouth is full. Hordian, who hangs out on our Twitch and listens to our show. We're his biking show, apparently. Wanted to ask if the Baten Kaido speedrun is actually like 337 hours. It's like Baten Kaido's 100% speedrun. Apparently there's a thing in it that takes like a week. I couldn't remember. I couldn't look it up at the time, but I felt like you would know.
Yes.
Okay.
This is accurate.
Cool. Got him. Welcome, Hordium.
One of the saddest things I've ever seen happen on Twitch, and by the way, I don't speak for Amazon. They're
yeah, they're totally different dude. That's not Brian.
Yeah, there are people who do speak for Amazon, other people who don't. I especially don't. But one of the saddest things I've ever seen on Twitch was someone doing a Baten Kaido speedrun, and their power strip that their GameCube was plugged into failed.
Damn.
Oof.
And they just sat there and cried.
That makes sense.
You know, just like, fuck. Yeah. Friends, there are games to speedrun and there are games to not speedrun.
Know the difference.
Honestly, I'm not going to begrudge them for their speedrun. I think that really sucks, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. Play what you want, man. Like, if they have the Baten Kaido's tech, I want to see it. I'll watch a speedrun for a week, maybe one of these days.
Speedrun Sneak King, okay? I need to see more Sneak King speedruns.
Brian, be the change you want to see in the world, man.
said I want to watch it. I don't want to do it. I explicitly said I want to watch it. I can't watch myself, Rocky.
Yes, you can! Get a second monitor, Brian!
That's a... Rocky, well, that is dangerously close to some weird pervert shit.
Oh my god! Here, you heard it here first! Anyone with more than one monitor is a fucking pervert! Brian,
No,
right.
only if they're watching themselves on it.
Okay, that's closer to maybe actual pervert shit. Withdraw.
Exactly. Multiple monitors is healthy, but if you're using that other monitor to look at yourself, it's going to turn into some goodbye horses shit within minutes.
Withdrawn.
Okay. Now that we're clear. Damn.
Oh my god, how are we still in the direct? What? There were...
you know what? I'm just really
This
glad
is why
that the
it's not
game...
news.
Yeah.
Like, this is specifically why I moved it out of news. You're welcome.
Thank you, Tegan.
I'm really glad that, like, the game that everybody thought Octopath Traveler was is now going to come to the United States. You know, like...
Mm.
Wait, I'm lost on that? What do you mean?
Okay, so, like, I think it was a thing, and I won't say...
It got an expansion in Japan that showed up, like, months later and it never came to the States. Right?
Well, I was gonna say is there was, and I have to rephrase from everyone.
Okay.
Is that, like, I think a lot of people thought that the experiences in Octopath were going to be a lot more different from each other, and that the game was like that there was going to be like mechanical differences and like.
Oh yeah.
Right, and so like when Octopath was what it was, like there were people who were definitely satisfied. But people who were like, I thought that all the different little characters were going to be more different from each other and that the game was going to be more radically different. Like, and like, it was weird because whenever people talked about, those people talked about what they wanted Octopath to be, you know, like the response was like, well, there is a game for you. It's a game which has never been localized, which is Live a Live, where like you play through like a series of, like essentially miniature RPGs in different time periods, where all of the different games have different mechanics. Like you're essentially learning a new game each time, until you get to like the final game, which like unites the mechanics and unites the characters and like brings it all together. But like the game that like takes place in like the near future and the game that takes place in the Old West are entirely different from each other and don't really mechanically translate to each other. And stuff like even like how dialogue options works in them is different. It's just like it feels like lots of small RPGs, and so like I'm just glad that like what I think again, not everyone, but I think a lot of people hoped Octopath was, they now have a chance to experience, like, which is one of like the weirdest RPGs ever made. So neat. Yeah. Enjoy traveling through these 8 different, unique, discrete adventures. And it is 8.
Right.
Rocky, you mentioned that, like, you're especially stoked for Chrono Cross.
Yeah.
Tell me why. I'm also stoked for it, but I'm curious to find out the reasons you're stoked for it.
Chrono Cross is a really fucking great video game. Its only problem is that it was marketed as a sequel to Chrono Trigger. Like, it's a brilliant video game. It's eloquently written. It has one of the best soundtracks of all time with rewarding RPG mechanics. The only problem is that everyone wanted Chrono Trigger 2, which is widely regarded as one of the best video games of all time. Those are hard shoulders to stand on.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, outside of that, it's one of the great RPGs. And, like, it never ends up in, like, well, like, not never. That's not true. But it ends up lower than it should be in a lot of, like, RPG, like, greatest RPG conversations because it's compared to Chrono Trigger, like, insularly. And like, they would argue that it shouldn't be as high as people think it really should be. And I think that's bullshit. And I'm glad that people are going to be able to interact with it in a modern context and understand that it fucking holds up.
I think that everything that you just said is true and smart, Rocky.
Thank you, Brian.
I would also like to add that the ability to turn off random encounters, like as an option, is a blessed addition.
I'm anti-random encounters. Like,
Yeah.
before, I truly believe they were simply the cost of doing business. And I've played enough modern RPGs that I know that they're not.
Right. So like, like they feel like this shitty housekeeping of like antiquated design.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where like when I try and like proselytize like Earthbound to somebody or like Mother 3 to somebody, like I find myself like apologizing for the random encounters. I'm like, hey, here's an incredible like game with like extraordinary writing and interesting ideas and just please come into this like exciting world. By the way, there are going to be terrible random encounters, and these are made even extra fucked because if the little thing runs up to you on the map while you're facing away from it, the random encounter will be even worse. And it's been one of those things where like it has for years made the best way to play so many old RPGs save states, because if you're just like tromping along and you end up in this like random encounter against like, oh great, it's 18 mechanical fuck dogs, I'm screwed. You just like load like so I think that it will make a very good game even more accessible. Like something that Square did when they did that re-release of Final Fantasy IX, which is another game which is like very overlooked in like the discussion of like great 90s RPGs. The Final Fantasy IX remake re-release also included the ability to turn off like random encounters. It's like, is this the policy now? Are the unfairly maligned games which are overlooked, do they get this as a feature so that way people will just fucking get in there and play them?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like because there are enough alternatives to random encounters that like I think the space still needs to be explored. I think there's still room for improvement, but there's like even just like rendering like overworld like sprites and creatures is like a huge improvement over just like random encounters. And even like even the things that like run into you or whatever, like when you have like the ability to like interact with it, because like random encounters like as a rule are like non-interactable. It's like now you're in the thing, which seems antithetical to like video games as a whole. And I think there should be more, interactability to like deciding when and how to engage in these types of like, particular mechanics.
I was also very surprised to see fucking Front Mission. I think we touched on it briefly, but like Front Mission, what the fuck?
Fucking shout out.
Who saw that coming? Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are really excited about Klonoa getting a chance to come back. I'm really on the fence with it because, like, I have no actual desire to play Klonoa. I just don't. I know that it's a good game with a verdant. No, not green. Ardent fan base. Shit. I'm telling you, fucking world. I gotta stop. But, like, I look at it and I don't really want to play it. But, like, I agree that there should be more games like Klonoa. And, like, it's one of those things that I'm, like, actually considering just buying so I can put on a shelf. And I don't think I really want to do that either. But that seems like the most honest thing at the moment. I'm still wrestling with it. I'll figure it out. But, like,
there was a thing I tweeted, and I'm trying to remember like how far back do I have to go in my tweets to find it. where I was talking about like angry fan bases or fan bases that will come for you online. And I compared something to Alexa Bliss's fan base, where I was like, this is the Alexa Bliss fan base. And like I feel like the Klonoa fan base is also very much that way. There's something about like I don't know why the Klonoa people are so angry. Like they're like, Klonoa has been denied for years. I'm like, no one's out here denying Klonoa. Like,
well, I mean, like people are like who are pitching Klonoa games that aren't getting made. They're denying Klonoa.
Right. But I don't think that there's like a general public discourse where people are out there like I don't think that like there's a discourse where people are like shitting on Klonoa. I don't think there's unlike Crash Bandicoot where there is a Crash was bad actually discourse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't think there is a Klonoa was bad actually discourse. Like I think the Klonoa games are good. You know, they just don't enter my fucking mind all that often. I'm just like, okay.
I think that's the problem. Like there are people who are obsessed with Klonoa. They love Klonoa to death. And like despite, you know, leeching onto their minds, it has ultimately failed to enter the public consciousness. And so they haven't gotten a lot of Klonoa games. Because that's all they want. If they got more Klonoa games, they'd shut up. We wouldn't have to hear from them anymore.
Oh God, I don't think they would. I think about the Snyder Cut people. How like when they got the Snyder Cut, when they finally got their 4-hour movie where fucking Batman rides a horse in the Arctic, that they did not shut up, because then they were like, now restore the Snyderverse, like, and I'm pretty sure that the Klonoa people are the same.
What, the Snyderverse?
Right. So like when they got the Snyder Cut of Justice League, all the Snyder Cut people were like, please put Zack Snyder back in charge of all of the DC film properties again.
Oh, okay. I think
restore the Snyderverse.
I think I may have heard that part, but like, that's not a decision that I have any power over, so I just ignored it.
Right. And I'm pretty sure that like if the Klonoa people got more Klonoa games, they would have a tear for a single moment and go like, we finally did it, and then they would take to Twitter again. Like, I
mean, maybe they get something like that, but again, like, those people, like, they understand that they're not yelling at us anymore. They got another Klonoa game, or not another Klonoa game, because that's not what they want. They want to be able to engage with Klonoa. They want Klonoa to be about as big as Sonic, I think. And like,
once that's never going to happen.
Hey, that's what they want. That's what I'm saying. Like, once they got that, where they get like a Klonoa game every couple of years, whether it was good or bad, like, we would hear less from them. We just would. That's just what would happen. Like, whether or not that's an attainable goal is an entirely different thing, but like, that's what they're looking for, because that's how important Klonoa is to them. And it's just not to us. And that's a real shame, and it obviously has caused them some amount of anguish, but like, it's not actually our problem.
I might have another word to mute on Twitter.
Oh, man.
Like, Klonoa is fine! Klonoa is fine.
No, but like, that's the thing. Like, oh God. Oh man. There's this Adventure Time clip that has been living in my brain for the past couple of weeks, where there's this weird, like, ice cream man. Like, he has like an ice cream cone upside down on his head. And like, he's talking to the main character, and he's just like, have dinner with me! Please! 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 And then like, the protagonist is just like, I mean, maybe one night. And then he's like, huh? And then like, you see tears running down his face, and then he wipes it off, and he's like, no, come on, man! Every night! And then he starts a fight with a dude like next to him, and like, that's the Klonoa people. That's exactly what's going on. And it's just like, they love Klonoa so much, like to the point of hysteria. And like, we don't. And because we don't, they're not getting more Klonoa, so they see us as an obstacle, but we're really not. It's like they need to make Klonoa better, I guess, or whatever.
People have graphs!
Like, yeah, I suppose. I guess it's also true. Oh, man.
Be angry at the graphs, not us.
Make your own graphs.
Make your there you go.
Submit them to CEOs. Make your
It'll
own
probably
graphs.
just look like a fucking Final Fantasy 14 like raid diagram, but like
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
They don't have to understand it if you can prove via data manipulation that like your point is valid.
I really want a CEO support group where they're all like worried about this ever-growing problem of just them being sent like weird cryptic graphs. That's what they have to complain about. Oh my god.
this one made the column out of Ritz crackers. What the fuck? Things I was not expecting and was taken by surprise include Portal Collection for Switch.
I mean, I think that's cool. I didn't expect it, but like, shout outs, I guess.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think it's cool, but like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what the?
I mean, I think it's like a low key dig at Valve a little bit, but you know.
Well, wait, no, I mean, Valve has to make it.
Right, like Valve says, like, okay, that's hilarious, and they just let them put it on the thing. They're gonna get paid for it. Like, why would they argue against it? Like,
yeah, I mean, like, it just feels weird because, like, literally there are Steam Decks shipping to customers this month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like all of the, like every review outlet has their Steam Decks now, and it's like, it's fucking nuts, like how good the reviews are. Also, like Valve just straight up provided AutoCAD files for people to like, hey, do you want to try and make your own Steam Deck? Here are the AutoCAD files.
I think that's a good dig at Sony.
Yeah, like that was definitely a dig at Sony.
For people who lack context, Sony has told people that you can't make your own faceplates for PS5s, but then they refuse to like offer the PS5 in other colors, which leaves consumers with not a lot of options. But like Steam says, you know what, you want to make your own custom faceplate? That's cool. Like here's the correct diagrams for it, and you can just 3D print them yourself. Go nuts.
Yeah, like that was definitely some dick waving.
Mm.
The coverage of the Steam Deck that I've been most excited for, this would be a very quick detour because holy shit, we're not even done with the Direct.
Nope.
There's a guy who has been covering handheld PCs since like the GPD Win 1, a guy named The Fox. And I think he is probably the best coverage out there available for like handheld PCs. They made sure to like include The Fox in like their very first wave of review consoles that went out, like with IGN and such. And he got his, and it's like, okay, what's The Fox going to do with it? And The Fox has managed to get 8.5 hours of battery life out of the thing.
That's actually pretty significant, yeah.
Yeah. He played Dead Cells for 8.5 hours, and holy shit, that is wild. That is absolutely wild.
I mean, so I think I'm not gonna switch. I'm not gonna pick up a Steam Deck, but I have no doubt that the Steam Deck is actually like a comparable, if not better, device than like the Switch. I think the big thing is that the price hike is going to like make people be on the fence about it because it's effectively buying like a console. Like it's less than a gaming PC for sure, but it's
no, Rocky. What's important? Like, all right, here's where, as a handheld PC guy, here's where I can like yell for a while. The specs on the Steam Deck are greater than a PS4 and Xbox One.
Right.
They are just shy of like a PS5, Xbox Series X. Mm-hmm. But the important part is that a PS5 and a Xbox Series X are targeting output resolution at 4K or greater on like monitor or television like outputs. Like
right.
They need to create an image which needs to be in 4K or greater for a TV at like which is 40 inches or larger. And and so that, like, this is a very interesting thing because, like, if you're rendering something on a significantly smaller screen with like which is with a what we'll call like an average viewing distance of 16 inches, meaning that like there is likely 16 inches of room between like your eyes and the screen, and it's a significantly smaller screen, then you need less horsepower to achieve the same like visual effect as the bigger screen, which has an average viewing distance of 48 to 60 inches. So like they need less power to produce the same effect for a handheld,
Right.
which is the thing that like one of the things that like like the Switch has thrived on, because like so much of the gameplay for the Switch happens in handheld mode, that like in handheld mode oftentimes the Switch is very impressive, with the exception of like developers who create text which is obviously intended only to be viewed on a television and then doesn't have any kind of like different presentation for text in handheld where you're like, ah, God, I can't even fucking read that. So it doesn't need to be as powerful as an Xbox Series X because it
specifically about like price point, like the actual investment of buying a like Steam Deck versus like some other gaming device.
Okay. I guess it really depends on like how attached somebody is to Nintendo's first party output.
Sure. Well, I mean, even if they're not, right? Like, I don't think comparing the Steam Deck to the Switch is like an actual reasonable comparison outside of the fact that they both play in a handheld form factor. As like a consumer, if you're buying a video game system, like the amount of money that you're putting in is like you could buy 2 Switches for the price of a Steam Deck, but like in terms of like what you're playing and like the library that you'll have access to, it's much more comparable to like buying say an Xbox Series X or a PS5. Like that's
right.
And so like I think that's a different I don't think that's how it's been framed in like conversation, but I think that's what it's ultimately going to be, and I think that's how consumers will ultimately end up looking at it. And so I'm interested in seeing how it like performs or like makes an impression in that space.
Yeah. I guess we'll start to know very, very soon when it starts landing in customers' hands in a couple of weeks.
True enough.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a big enough deal that it's going to be disruptive in more than one way.
Which it should be, honestly.
Yeah. Because it has been like we have never seen a device with as big a immediate sales impact as the Steam Deck has. Like, because we know that Valve has said that they have pre-orders for multiple, like they have over 1 million pre-orders.
Right.
That's fucking wild.
It's pretty nuts, yeah.
Yeah, and for a device to go on sale where they're like, yeah, you can go ahead and like put other stores on here, whatever. Like, you want to buy from itch, that's cool. You want to like get stuff from Microsoft Store, that's fine. Like a device which is agnostic to the addition of like additional storefronts is disruptive from my marketplace perspective, and that is something which Valve is in a position to do and that nobody else is really comfortable with doing. Like, Microsoft is not about to be here to be like, hey, do you want to put an itch store on your Xbox console? Like, they're just not.
Well, yeah, but like,
yeah.
Like Valve's like position has been like incredibly laissez-faire from the start. And so like, they're not saying we will support the itch.io store being on the Steam Deck. They're saying you can put it on there if you want to. And like,
Right.
and like, maybe not even as predatory in a way. It says like, oh, if the itch store fucks up your Steam Deck, we're not going to honor your warranty. But it'd be like, hey, we told you could do this, but we're not supporting that. Like, this is unsupported behavior. Like, because like Microsoft would do shit like that all the time, but they put it in like their fine print or whatever. And like Valve is just kind of like, yeah, sure. Like, we're not going to tell you how to deal with your device. It's your device. But like, if something
Right.
happens, we might help, but maybe we won't. And that's something that I'm interested in, how they handle like the Steam Deck long term.
Right. Very exciting Nintendo Direct coverage here.
A lot going on.
Yeah. LOL, Metroid Dread's Easy Mode is an update that happens months after the launch of the game. Like, do you believe that Metroid Dread Easy Mode existed before the launch of the game and they were waiting to add it as part of a free update, or do you think that they cobbled together an Easy Mode as a result of the discourse around Metroid Dread?
I mean, it makes more sense that they cobbled it together at the end. Even if they were working on it beforehand, I doubt that it was ready to ship when the game came out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Adding them like the one-hit kill mode and like the rookie mode seems fine, I think.
Yeah. Rocky, you have not mentioned Kingdom Hearts Fuck You Cloud Edition.
Yeah, do I need to?
Well, you are our resident expert in hating Kingdom Hearts.
Like, I'm just over Kingdom Hearts, and like, you know, I don't give space to things that I hate. Like, it just doesn't seem healthy to me.
Okay.
But yeah, they're doing more Kingdom Hearts stuff is coming out on the Switch. I don't feel anything about it.
I got Mandela Effect during this Direct.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Yes, please guess what announcement Mandela affected me.
I have no idea.
I mean, there are a lot of options here, Brian.
Well, when I was told the Assassin's Creed Ezio collection is coming to Switch,
Yeah,
I was like, wait, that's not already a thing on Switch? Like, I legitimately got out my phone during the announcement and, like, went and searched for it, and I was like, oh, wow. It's like, I legitimately thought this was a thing that already existed on the Switch. I was confused by the announcement because I thought it existed.
I mean, all right. The real question, Tegan, are you going to play Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes?
No!
Really?
No, I'm not! I have literally no interest in it. I fucking hate Warriors games. I hate them so much. They're my least favorite kind of video game.
Oh, man.
But I'm very excited for all of my friends who play the Fire Emblems games, and I know a bunch of them are already very excited, and several of them are already starting to work on costumes, so, like, good for that. Good for you guys. I'm so glad. Literally, like, 15 people sent me the Dimitri picture and was like, ponytail! Like Link! And I was like, yeah, like Link. Good job! Everybody get a ponytail now!
Oh my gosh. Ponytail Dimitri. I wonder if they're gonna let
Dimitri.
Dimitri remain a psychopath in this AU story that they're writing.
I don't know. Maybe they'll circumvent the psychopath timeline in the AU story.
Whack! They're probably gonna make my man Claude the villain somehow. On some bullshit.
He would look good as a villain, though.
I mean,
He'd be
sure!
a handsome villain. He's charming and he's funny. Like, that's the best kind of villain. I like Claude! Claude's another fucking yellow boy!
Yeah, Claude is cool. Got him. Easy. You see,
Easy.
Brian, that
So
was a
easy.
clean setup, start to finish.
God, I knew it immediately. As soon as you said Claude, I was like, yep, I like Claude. He's funny.
Oh my god.
Golden, I played the Blue Lions house, but, like, I wanted to recruit Claude, honestly.
And you can't. It's like the one character you can't recruit from like
Not
another house.
allowed.
Brian. Actually, I don't remember. Brian, did you play Cuphead?
Yes, and it was a lot like repeatedly punching myself in the sack.
Fair enough.
Cuphead, I was able to finish the first two worlds, because you know how like Cuphead is divided into like discrete world maps, like here's world 1, here's world 2, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was able to finish the first two, but like it's Cuphead. Cuphead does not give a shit if you can't finish Cuphead.
That's true.
It just doesn't, and it makes me very sad because I think Cuphead is beautiful, and I love all the characters, and I would like to spend more time in that world, but it doesn't care.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't for you. Move on, fat boy.
Damn, the game called you fat, Brian? Come on now! We gotta go fight
like
Cuphead. Cuphead is fat-phobic, everybody knows.
It's just like, just told me, it's like, you're a dog shit loser and you're bad at video games.
Oh my god.
Cuphead is very hard.
It is very hard. Yeah.
And like there are demands that Cuphead makes of a player where it's like, hey, hope you really like parrying, motherfucker, and just I'm like, I don't particularly enjoy parrying. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't particularly enjoy parrying. And they're like, well, if you don't like parrying, I hope you enjoy eating shit because that's what you're going to do. If you like, Cuphead presents parrying as optional, and then that is a lie. It's a lie. Fucking lie.
You actually really need to do it, yeah.
The fact that it's presented as optional like pisses me off.
I get that.
But yeah, you know, like, so if you're good at video games, there's more Cuphead for you. I don't know why that's funny, Rocky.
I mean,
true.
There's a lot of salt in there, man. That's all I'm saying.
No, Rocky, it's not salt, it's sadness.
Tears are salty, Brian. Come on.
Tears are salty.
Oh. I'm just saying that this isn't anger.
No, yeah, it's not anger. Like, I mean, salt doesn't always manifest as anger.
I only ever really hear one definition of, like, salty, where it's like I see, like, some fucking guy online just like, I don't like your fucking Ryu tech. You're on nothing but cheap. Or, like, it's always somebody, like, blaming somebody else for their problems. And I'm like, no, I'm bad at video games, so it's all my problem. I'm just not good at things. Like...
Right. No, I mean, yeah, like some people you try to antagonize with salt, it's usually a thing that's like in the same vein of something like Triggered, I suppose. But like, I don't know, man. Like, salt is a personal feeling. However, it's expressed as different. There's a lot of ways to be salty, you know? Like, I'd argue that the people like at Bandai Namco who designed Dragon Ball Z Fighters, who decided it's too many buttons to play a fighting game, so they make it so you can play the entire game with 3 buttons, kind of salty. Because, I don't know, it's like they made easy combos like for everything. And that's cool. Like, honestly, it got a lot more people into fighting games, but almost specifically because they thought that other button inputs were like more complicated. And I don't think that's tied to anger, and it might be, but like, it's definitely someone that saw something in the game that they couldn't deal with, and then they made it into something else.
Right. One second, guys. Buffy, I'm trying to head you off at the pass. Come here, baby. Buffy, there's no reason to stay at that door and bark. God damn it. Buffy, come here. Buffy, please do not just stand at that door and bark. All right, let's see how this goes. See, is there anything else worth talking about from the Direct? There's a bunch of little things which we didn't talk about, which I guess means we don't care, and that's fine. Whatever, there's a fucking baseball game. There's a Sony baseball game on the Switch. Like, lol. That's funny. That's fucking funny. Just because, you know, it's like Major League Baseball as a organization standing on Sony's balls. Because that was like, when the show came out for Xbox, we knew that it was because like Major League Baseball yelled at Sony and said, if you want to continue to keep this license, this has to come out on Xbox too.
For sure.
But I had no idea that Major League Baseball was like standing on Sony's balls to this degree. That was hilarious.
I mean, they probably should.
Yeah, like if you're going to hold on to the baseball license, the baseball game needs to be everywhere.
Mm.
Um, but I guess the only other big thing that we haven't talked about from the direct,
Is Taiko no Tatsujin?
that was actually one of the little things, but that's fair. That's fair. I'm glad to see that. Like that series seems to be having like a little renaissance. Because there was the new Taiko game that was in Apple Arcade,
Mm-hmm.
which was also like huge, like fully featured. And now we have another new Taiko game. We're like, man, that little happy face drum gonna be everywhere this year. Like he on a happy face drum tour.
A lot of people are excited about the Happy Face drum because like that thing's been AnimeCon staple for years. So
Yeah. It was the announcement of the new Taiko game that made me think like, are we gonna get Zookeeper World on the Switch?
For sure.
Because like the last Taiko game got funded by Apple, and there seems to have been a path from like arcade to Switch. And so I was like, we can see Zookeeper World in this direct. Because I know that like Kinoretsu got the money from Apple to make Zookeeper World, and they got money from Meta to make Zookeeper VR. I'm like, where, like let's get more people in the zoo, but I'm probably like one of 4 people who like really care about that. Like I want to see Zookeeper on Switch, but we'll see. Who knows? But the big thing that I don't think I've mentioned yet is like just out of fucking nowhere, Nintendo's like, hey everybody, Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
I mean, you say out of nowhere, but it definitely feels like it's right on time.
Yeah.
Xenoblade was on my bingo card, so.
I saw people online complaining that they didn't think the character designs were horny enough.
Get fucked. Full stop.
And
I mean,
I'm
we've
like,
seen the Pro Tag boy. Like, the boys are never horny. Have you played a Xenoblade game? Relax.
Tegan, they will never relax, okay? Like, they have a hopeless hentai addiction, and the only thing that will do anything for is horny Xenoblade girls.
Yeah, but, like, the Pro Tag's a boy. Like, relax. We've barely seen any of the girls. The horny's coming. Chill out.
Oh, man, but what if it never comes, Tegan?
It'll
What if the horny never comes?
Xenoblade never disappoints. Xenoblade always lets you come. Don't worry about it.
And, like, I did see someone say, like, it's not Xenoblade unless I want to fuck my sword. And
I mean, it's a good meme.
We haven't gotten to see the swords yet. We've only seen the player characters. Like, chill.
Yeah, I do think that, like, settling the fuck down is in order. I do think that it's good that, like, just with what little they've shown is that, like, they're clearly uniting, like, the narratives and worlds of, like, Xenoblade 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like, okay, this feels like the proper conclusion of a trilogy. That seems like a good thing. I guess Xenoblade Chronicles X is still out here as like the kid in the pool flailing meme where like a parent is holding up a kid like hooray, and there's the other kid like kind of flailing beside. Like that is definitely Xenoblade Chronicles X. Yeah, ain't nobody out here caring about that. Which, like, I guess still feels kind of like a shame because that was a good video game and was some of the most fun I had on my Wii U. But one of the things I really liked about it was it felt like an MMO without having to talk to other people. But so who knows?
Play Genshin Impact.
But Genshin Impact is an MMO.
Yeah, but you don't talk to anybody else. How's it an MMO when you literally don't talk to anybody?
Yeah, you
Raise an excellent point taken.
You are in an instance like arena.
Okay. Is there anything else that we want to say about the Direct, or have we nailed it all down?
Fuck Nintendo for just now pretending that like Into the Breach has been on their thing the whole time. I know they announced it when it showed up or whatever, but like today it was like, hey, looks like Into the Breach is here. You know, you guys love that game. Everyone did. Why haven't you bought it yet? Like, fuck off. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that shit.
Valid, honestly.
Yep. Kirby ate the car.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah,
mode.
Kirby's new Vor mode. We know.
Yeah.
There's new footage that came out like after the Direct. This stuff is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know who in the world was clamoring for a re-release of the Wii version of Star Wars The Force Unleashed, but like that one person is now very excited.
I mean, they're just gonna re-release the whole like formerly LucasArts like catalog, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that sounds like the plan.
Oh, I guess like Kingdom Hearts, there was a thing that like I saw in the Direct that made me angry, and then I said I just don't want to give this any space in my heart because it makes me like angry.
Okay.
Which was the Disney kart racing game.
Oh yeah, Speedstorm. Yeah, who cares? Like
because I was all on board until they said the thing.
Wait, which thing?
Free to play fuck you game.
Honestly, I think I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm not going to play it, so that's also, you know, something you want to take with a grain of salt. But I think Disney, like, developing a free-to-play, like, catalog, so I don't think this is the first game that they've announced that they're doing this with. Where they're just going to make games for, like, a kid to, like, fuck off with. Instead of, like, a parent who has to, like, buy them Mario Kart and everything else. And even then, they probably already have Mario Kart. So, you know.
You just know that characters are going to be gotcha pulls, though. You're just going to be like, you want Wreck-It Ralph, you better fucking pull for him.
I mean, probably. Ultimately, yeah. But, like...
Yeah, that's my problem.
Hopefully, like, it goes more the way of, like, Fortnite as opposed to, like, Mario Kart Tour.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I think that'll be a better... Once we know how it goes, we'll be able to judge it better. Or more harshly. Or whatever.
Or whatever.
Or whatever. Or not at all.
We'll make some decisions.
We'll make decisions. Fuck it. Toss it in the trash. Who knows? We'll find out together.
I mean, it is illegal. That is true. So everyone, this has been our show. It's called Impossible Coin. We do it every week. You can find us wherever podcasts are found. iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and SoundCloud. You know what? I'm in the mood. Guys, can we hit SoundCloud real quick?
Fuck SoundCloud.
Speaking of SoundCloud, the music at the beginning of this podcast was produced by our friend Big Sach. You can find his work on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/BigSachNJ. And if you want to talk to him, you know, drop him a line or whatever, you can find him on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. Our logo is also a t-shirt. It was designed by Laura Moran. You can find her on Twitter at Laura Moran. And consider donating to her Patreon. You know, she does a good business. And speaking of Patreon, we have one of those too. At patreon.com/ImpossibleCoinPodcast, where you'll find our premium watch-alongs, our artisanal show notes, and our bespoke audio essays on things that we care about, like anime and wrestling, episodes forthcoming. And if you want to talk to any of us directly, you know, really get to us, you can find us on social media. It's all Impossible Coin. I hang out on Facebook and Instagram, Brian's on Twitter, Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin. But, that's us. That's the show.
That's a show.
It's been a hell of a show. Thanks for hanging out.